Hello, welcome to yet another beer review. So, this is a new one. Of course. I'm a little bit further away, so I'm gonna have to hold it really close to the table, to the camera. This is Slash Mango. Okay, so pretty sure you'll be able to hear me because, um, honestly, if anyone was able to even hear me during the Cravcon live beer review, people will be able to hear me here. I'm at least like a meter and a half away from my phone, by the way. So um, I got a lot of new ones to try. I'm going to be recording a lot of them, and I've been unwell for the last three and a half weeks. Um, Thankfully, the cough is kind of starting to really go now, and the voice has come back. So I'm able to start recording music stuff. I have a music channel, Cravone Music. Um, I'm not very good, but I enjoy doing it. And the way I see it is, doesn't matter if you're good at something as long as you enjoy it. So yeah, okay. This is Slash Mango. So as you guys know, Slash Red was a beer that I really liked. I I actually tried it again on stream recently. It's actually in one of the Final Fantasy X highlights. Um, so actually. Slash Red, I judged it again. It wasn't as good as I remember it. Um, Maybe I was just hankering for a beer that day. Um, those words are a thing. So, um, let's give this one a try. It doesn't really say much. Um, I never really read these anyway. Um, I've got some local stuff, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, I opened that immediately. The smell. Oh, oh my god. Oh, I love mango. I actually love the taste and smell of mango. So, oh my god, that is strong fruity. In fact, I can't wait. I'm gonna pour it now because we know what my head's like. Be here a while. I might as well put the oven on now, and then by the time the head's gone down, I'll be able to put stuff in and then record while stuff's in the oven. But actually, the head was not bad. I just wish there was more in the bottle. That being said, I got several bottles, so I'm going to enjoy this in my downtime. But this is a beer review, so I need to test it. So this is Slash Mango. Now, reminder, I'm not putting any multipliers on or changes or anything anymore. New rules. Nothing can be a 10. Everything is graded lower than usual. 5 is the average. If it's a good beer, it's going to be more than 5. If it's not a good beer, it's going to be less than 5. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm no longer going to rate like something an 8 because it's a beer. That being said, Heineken is still a 1. I'm not going to go lower than a 1. Um, Actually, there's probably like, okay, Bush Light I would probably rate like a 4 something. Oh, if Brandito watches this, Brandito, the one that defended Bush during the live one. So this one is an 8% out of 10. So, and well, it's beer. I forgot that catchphrase during the live one, I think. But yeah, anyway. Oh, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this already. The smell is great. Let's try it. Okay. Oh, hmm. I don't think I have ever had a beer before that I'm so disappointed in. It smells great. It's mango. I thought it was going to be really great, but I barely taste the mango in it, which is a shame. It doesn't even really taste that tropical. It doesn't taste like tropical. I was expecting like freaking Oasis with alcohol. Maybe because I had Sunny D vodka seltzers in New Jersey, which were fire, by the way. If I graded those would be like sevens ish. White Claws were actually really good as well, and they're not even beers either. Seltzers. Some people will say they're beers. Um, this is strong. I can already tell this is strong. I'm not gonna grade on effect too much on this though because it's kind of a small bottle, and actually I should probably always have it on the screen at all times what I'm drinking. So maybe that's more I need to start doing. But yeah, it's not as fruity as I expected. I've got some really fruity ones. So to come, I've got a strawberry beer. I've got a raspberry beer. I've got a peach one. Um, I've got several IPAs, which, as you know, I don't like IPAs. Look, I needed to grab I need to grab stuff that I can try, but that I'm expecting to be like a low grade as well. Um, I need low grades, so I need to get stuff that I wanted to get. Okay, the stuff I want to get, I'm gonna get, but and then some of them I'm gonna get disappointed, like this one. Although the after effect, the aftertaste is pretty. It's like fire. Um, so, but yeah, but then the ones that I don't think I'm gonna like, I get because of these beer reviews because I've never tried them. Occasionally, I find an IPA that I actually like as well. It's only happened once with Brick House. Forgotten the name of the beer, but it was Brick House something. The only IPA I've ever liked, except, and this might be because of how I had it and where I had it and when I had it. There was an IPA in Friday Harbour that I liked. Um, I was eating at the San Juan Brewery. Um, I had pepperoni pizza, and so I sat down and and so for first thing, I got my food out of the way. Like I gave the order of what food I wanted, and then I'm like, okay, this is a brewery. I'm assuming everything on your card is brewed here, and the waitress was like, yeah. So I literally went like, what do you recommend? I didn't say what kind of beers I like. I wanted recommendations. Like even if it's not my palate. And she actually recommended an IPA and also what's it called? Like the blonde ones. I want to say a lager. Um, yeah, I tried them, and the IPA I actually liked. But it might have been because it was on tap. It was on tap. It was brewed there. It's a different kind of IPA than what I'm used to. I think they use a different style of IPA over there. And by the way, I'm looking pretty swag with this mustache and defined, distinguished beard. Distinguished. I am distinguished. If anyone, okay, someone put in the comment if you get where that reference is from that I'm referencing. I'm distinguished. Um, put in the comments. I want to know who can point out the smallest little things for my streams. Um, I'm always tempted to say it. By the way, if you get it right, I am going to be. I will respond. I will absolutely respond if you get it right. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably respond to any comments actually. So yeah, so I tried an IPA there, and it was good. It was good. I think is kind of because I was there on holiday, fucking time of my life. That was what did I eat the first day? I had okay, so I had fish and chips for dinner the first day I was there. Um, but that was the same day that I had been on the small plane to get to the island. My first full real day, I went on the boat. I didn't see orcas. I think yeah, that's when I went to the San Juan Brewery. Um, and that was great. That place was great. I went there 3 times in total, and yeah, so that basically that was the night of the last day of my life where I hadn't seen orcas, even though I had tried and gone on a boat, and then they gave me a free one, and I was like, my confidence kind of went up, even though it had kind of gone down from being not saying anything, and that confidence was well placed because I saw orcas every day after and had fucking amazing experiences. By the way, you can see some of my footage on my song This Moment, which is on my music channel. And that was only released because I did a fundraiser stream in August um, to help one of my friends that I co-stream with. We're trying to fundraise for her to get a bit of a computer. And one of the incentives was that song being released. And I wasn't going to release it without an incentive being hit, just straight up. And the special thing about that is it's a music video with all my own footage as well. So that hit for me. That hit real. There's a song that I broke down several times writing. Um, yeah. Anyway, so then I went to Downriggers for the next day, which was that was the day that I don't know if you can see this red mark here. Um, I'm recording this on the 12th of September. This was done at the start of July. I've still got the scars from it. And I don't know, maybe that might be a very long term scar. That might be there for years. Um, I I started the morning by getting up early, and I was going to go to a beach that I might be able to see stuff from the shore. And what the hell has happened to the lighting, the color? I went a little bit sepia there. And so on the way to said beach, and granted, I was wearing jeans. Fucking amazing choice because what's about to happen next. I was wearing jeans because I was really fucking sunburned on my legs, and I'd worn shorts on the boat and got demolished by the sun. So like I was very ginger on ginger as in like a little bit painful, very careful on my legs. So I wore jeans and and a t-shirt, and it is my Sea Life t-shirt. Thankfully, that t-shirt did not sustain any damage. Um, I consider that my I consider that my unlucky t-shirt. I now have a lucky t-shirt and an unlucky t-shirt, which I wore both in the same day. So on my way to this beach, I became victim to something in America that does not exist in France. The construction method of pavements, or sidewalks, as you Americans like to call it. It's a sidewalk. Um, but your sidewalks, they're made of paneled, like paved panels, Here they're made of like condensed gravel. So like it's a bit of a rough surface, but it's like it's not really solid. It's like everything's you don't fall over here. It's like you just don't fall over here. Because it's all just completely smoothed out. It's just tarmacked. Um, in America, they grab panels and they glue it down, basically. And sometimes the panel's a little bit higher than the previous one. And I did not realize that this was a thing. I was not looking where I was walking, and then all of a sudden, that was some acting. My foot caught one, and I went face first. Well, actually, my face didn't hit the fucking pavement. The sidewalk. Sorry. God, I sound fucking Josh. I sound Canadian now and look fucking Canadian. And also that day we crossed into Canada at some point. Actually, no, not that day. We crossed into Canada the day after, where we saw the T-36s and the T-99s. And I know those two families quite well because most of my great experiences over there were with those two families. But they weren't my first. So that day, so I tripped over. I fucking face planted the pavement without my face hitting. But like I broke the fall with my knees, my shoulder fucking hit the floor. But I don't know how I didn't hit my face. Actually, no, I like my cheek hit the ground, but like I'd softened the blow by then. My sunglasses were around my neck, went fucking flying. Uh, so that was hilarious. My hat was like my hat ended up like a meter away, and my wrist took the brunt of it. And I'm pretty sure this wound actually got infected whilst I was there. And I did not have medical supplies. I just dealt with it as best I could, given what I had available. And maybe that's why it's still red, but it's fine now. It's fine now. Doesn't hurt or anything. It's just scarred. But yeah. So, and the worst bit is there was a car passing as that happened. So someone saw this happen. Someone saw me just fucking fall into the ground. It was a really nice like woman. Like she got out of her car, like came over, made sure I was alright. It probably would have helped me up, but I had already managed to get to my feet anyway. She's like, "Are you okay? Do you need me to take you to somewhere or anything?" And like I checked. I basically did the check. I did the check. Right, face not bleeding. Right, arms still working. Can move everything. Legs not broken. Okay, I'm good. This fucking cut on my hand. This was the painful one. Then I said, I'll be alright. I'll be alright. And so I had my bag with me as well, like on my back. So, and I had my hoodie. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wear my hoodie just to protect this. So I wore my hoodie, and yeah, I refused to help, but like I was very appreciative that someone had actually stopped. This if that like if someone fell over on the pavement here, no one would stop. Um, that was like one of many instances of kindness I encountered over there. Forgot this was a beer review. So I then made the mistake, which is probably why I still have this. With this, I had several grazes on my wrist, but it wasn't broken. It wasn't bleeding profusely, but there was blood. But like in lines. So I was like, okay, I'll be alright. It will stop bleeding, and I'll be fine. And so I continue to the fucking beach. I fucking continued to the beach. By the way, I made this trip. I made the trip to the same beach on 2 different days. One of them being the last full day that I was there, and that day I saw a snake. Yeah, I don't see snakes that often. I believe that is probably actually only the third wild snake I have ever seen in my life. I've seen two here in France, one adder and one like something else. So this one was a brown one, which means I think it was the dangerous one. I think it was the venomous one. But that being said, I was wearing proper proper boots and jeans as well. So like no exposed skin, which is what you should do and wear the snakes. So it's fine. And yeah. By the way, if you hear a weird noise, my cat is literally over there inside her igloo and she is now snoring. So she's asleep. And maybe I'll show her at the end of this beer review. So yeah, so that happened, and eventually I went back to my hotel room because I wasn't going to go back to my hotel room until like the end of the day. And but I did because I needed to clean this up. I knew I needed to do something about it. I needed to clean this up. I just needed to clean myself up as well because like I my face had hit the ground as well. Which means I was like a little bit dirty. And my t-shirt was very dirty, even though somehow it survived without any damage, which I'm glad because I fucking love that t-shirt. So I had a shower, changed everything, cleaned everything up. My lucky shirt, the Orca t-shirt, which is somehow my lucky t-shirt. I don't know how that's happened. Um, then I left the I left the hotel. I went down to the sea safari place, San Juan Safaris, by the way. Give them a plug because I think they deserve it. They were fantastic when I was over there. They were really nice to me, and if I can help them out by leaving a review, which I did, or plugging them, then I will. So I'm plugging them. But yeah, so that was. I went down there and this is the first day that someone had seen one of my t-shirts as well. Because like as you have noticed, I wear quite unique t-shirts, and all from the mountain, by the way. If I could ever get a sponsorship from them, I would take it. One of the few things I'd actually take a sponsorship for. So I got to the boat, and one of the naturalists pointed me out immediately because of the t-shirt. And she's like, I've been trying for ages to get a hold of that t-shirt. And I'm like, I know how difficult it is to get a hold of this t-shirt because freaking hell I went through that. And God, I did. Not this one, not the moose one, but the orca one. But yeah, that was fun. And I basically they like I think someone saw the cut I had on this when I was trying to put my wristband, and I had to put like a bit of like not kitchen towel, but like some kind of I had to put something underneath, like some towel, like tissue. Um, yeah, it was tissue I found in the hotel room. So I basically put it on the cut because I didn't have plaster or anything, and because I need to wear my wristbands. My wristbands go over here, so went over the bit that I was injured. So that fucking caused me agony every day that I was there because I needed those wristbands to avoid seasickness. So that was fun. Yeah. Anyway, that happened, and And I said, okay, look, I've got this injury. I lost a battle with gravity this morning. Because of this, I know we're seeing orcas today. And we did. That was the first day of my life where I ever saw orcas. The T65Bs. Always remember the name of that family. And I will always remember the first orca that I saw. It was a male called Birdsall. And yeah. And the rest, as they say, is history. But then, how did I get onto this conversation? Because I was talking about beers and like what I had for dinner on certain nights. So I went to the hotel that was like above the office of the place I was whale watching with, and it's called Downriggers, and I I had a really fucking expensive meal there, really expensive, like we're talking $70 for one person. That was and I have fish and chips. That was the best fish and chips I have ever had. It came with like dipping sauce, and you can tell if sauce is like you can tell if sauce is made in house or not. And this was definitely made in house, except maybe the tomatoes ketchup, and I didn't touch the ketchup. I mean, the sauce they made was really fucking good. So that was amazing. So I had that. I had a glass of wine there as well, and it was a glass of wine from a vineyard on the island itself. So I'm like, okay, whilst I'm here, I'm gonna only drink beers from this region, except for the beer reviews. But I'm gonna drink only beers from this island. I'm gonna drink only wine from this island, and freaking hell, I did. That wine was pretty good. But I am French. I live in France. We are the wine capital of the world. So just saying. Yeah, that's basically my celebration dinner of like ticking off the number one thing on my bucket list. My God, I could tell you about my year. This is by far, by fucking far, been the best year of my life, despite illness, despite me catching the flu for the first time, despite me having whatever it is I had for the last 4 weeks, despite everything, despite work getting a heck of a lot more stressful this year. Like, there's a silver lining to that, by the way. I'm being trained to be in a much higher role in work, so that's a big thing. Um, the other thing is I have ticked off so many things in my bucket list this year. I have seen a rorqual, which is a baleen whale. I have seen orcas. I have I have travelled to another continent on my own without any assistance. That was also that was also something I needed to do personally for myself, just personal growth. Um, I've reignited the fire where I will apply for a job over there if the job arises. But I basically now after that holiday, and this is like I can't believe it's only 2 months later. By the way, it's only 2 months later, but like it's still there. It's the fire's still there. I really want to fucking go back. Um, yeah, it's still there the fire. And what's really amazing is reigniting my passion. I will apply for a job there if I find it. I have decided I'm going to involve myself with people that are like minded on the same subject, because hell, do I want to be connected with people that think the same way as me? Like, I had the first experience of that in the San Juan Islands, first experience of my life. let me tell you, um, I have it's I have an ex. We were never married or anything. But I have an ex. Um, my only ex, by the way, because I don't look. Um, and I've got quite a high criteria as well for it. Um, but she kind of met that. One big thing was having the same kind of interest in marine life as I do, if not more. And until like a few years ago, I thought that she was the only person I had ever met that had that same passion as me. A few years ago, I kind of realized that maybe she doesn't. um, yeah, she went to Marineland to see orcas for the first time, and I can't support that. I thought she was better than that. I cannot support any institution that keeps orcas captive, any at all. So, but then when I was in the San Juan Islands, I don't just see one person like that. I see so many. Like when I was there, like the whole town has orcas fucking everywhere. In it's I'm sure not all of them are as passionate as I am about it. But it's like is their livelihood relies on them. It's tourism. Tourism drives that island, and that's a big part of their tourism is the sea life. And but what really got it was like I'm in a restaurant and I hear the other table are talking about orcas. I hear another table talk about orcas. Like scientists freaking talking about orcas in a restaurant as well. And I'm like, this is this is so weird. I'm not the one that's talking about orcas. How? And these people are having this kind of conversations I would have. And then I'm on the whale watching boats, and it is plainly clear that the naturalists on board these, as well as the captains, are really interested in orcas. And, well, okay, not just orcas, but sea life in general. I mean, okay, like, if someone prefers humpback whales or someone prefers seabirds over orcas, I mean, that I'm okay with. Like, that, for me, they still feel like a kindred spirit to me. Because they still have that level of passion on sea life that I do about sea life as well. Just we have a different favorite animal. The amount, the amount of people that I saw there with the same kind of passion as I do, that I have, is like makes me think that I belong there. Not only that, but like I need to have people around me that feel as passionately. I've joined a marine biology Discord server, and people in there, the only thing people talk about are like marine life. So that's kind of part of it. I do hope I will find people that are as interested in cetaceans as me. Um, Fun core is boring, but it's marine biology, so it's broad. It's broad. Some people are interested in fish. Some people there's quite a lot of people interested in cnidarians, jellyfish, in layman's terms. Um, yeah, each their own. But the thing is, like I enjoy talking about jellyfish as well. I enjoy talking about octopus. Enjoy talking about fish. Heck, we had a question of the week recently of if you had to bring back one extinct species, but in but in its place you have to make another species extinct, what would you do? What would you bring back and what would you make extinct? And It's crazy. Like so, and they made the rule on no insects, and it's like there's so many people that thought exactly the same way as I did. It's like we can't pick mosquitoes, we can't pick rats, we can't pick the animals that most people don't like, because then the ecosystem will fucking collapse. So so many other people do the same as me. We pick something that would be equivalent to what we're bringing back. So for me, I would bring back an Ichthyosaurus, and instead I would make one species of oceanic shark extinct. It was a toss up between dolphin and shark. I like dolphins a little bit more. Slightly more. I like sharks as well. For me, sharks are fascinating. Sharks are absolutely fascinating to me, uh, as almost as much as marine mammals. Actually, probably sharks are probably more interesting to me than seals, and but not as much as dolphins. But like they're all up there. I have a massive interest in all of like my speciality is first of all cetaceans, whales and dolphins. Secondly, marine mammals as a whole, and thirdly, fish, including sharks. I've been at this for almost 40 minutes. I didn't realize it would get this long. That's what she said. Someone was thinking it. I kind of really liked this actually. At first, the taste isn't great, but once you had quite a bit of it, you start getting used to it. It's quite bitter, but the more you have, the less the bitter matters. The more you start tasting the mango, actually. So I would never give this something really high. The slash mango. What do I give it? I can't decide. Um, I know the rough ballpark. Also, the bottle art. I still love the bottle art of this, or the can art. I still love this. Um, this makes you pick up on the shelf when you see when you see in can form more so than the bottle. Other bottles have like more impactful labels because this is still a little bit small on the bottle. Okay, I've got to give it a grade. I was between a 6.2 and a 5.9. I'm just gonna give this a straight up 6 out of 10. 6 on the dot out of 10. Um, but like I say, you have to have a bit of this before it starts becoming that 6. If you just taste this straight off the bat, the first taste you get of this, it's probably about a 4. Um, but it improves the more you have. I guess that's what beer should be actually. The more you have of it, the more you want more of it. Yeah. Anyway, um, I've got a little treat for you before I end. Before I end, you can still hear me. Can't see me. Before I end, hello.